All right, hey, what's up guys? It's Roy here. So today I have this Spigen Optic Armor case here for my Samsung Galaxy S24. Spigen was kind enough to send this out for review. This case is gonna cost you, I don't know, anywhere from around like $18 to $19, depending on when you decide to click the link. Right now it's around 19, but there's a 5% off instant coupon on Amazon with Prime shipping. So if you are interested in buying this for any of the S24s, that means the Plus or the Ultra or this one here, then definitely follow my affiliate links. You're supporting my channel by doing so. But let's get to the main attraction here. So if you've watched any of my videos, you know this is exactly what a Spigen box looks like. You know that they always show the picture of the phone case here, and it does say S24 and Optic Armor, and the color at the bottom is black. So I'm always a fan of black cases. And the way to get them out is you just kind of pull that tab up. It does remind you 90% recycled paper there. So every company seems to always be pushing the green initiative, right? Which is great, I guess. And then it comes in this plastic wrapping here. So very simple, nothing too crazy. And there is the case. So if you're familiar with the Optic Armor, it is a sliding camera case that's going to protect it, and then you can slide it open and then obviously expose the camera lenses. But looking at the interior, it has that very recognizable spiderweb pattern from Spigen. You got the Latin logo looking thing there. It does say air cushion technology in the corner, which means that it has tiny little airbags in the bumpers. That's going to help with drop protection and dissipate the energy away from your phone to hopefully prevent a break, which is awesome. But I've always really liked that pattern inside there. It always looks super cool. But let's get to it. Let's get the S24. Let's do the button side here. Let's pop it in, and that's all she wrote. And there it is installed. So this is the Optic Armor, like I said, in the color black. Absolutely love the material that they went with on the back. Now I wish they would have continued it on the sides, because this is more of a smoother matte black finish. This is more of like a granular fill that feels fantastic in the hand. It does have that pop of color, or I say pop of color, but pop of gloss black for the Spigen logo there. And then obviously you can see the look here. You got kind of like a ribbed pattern there on the back there. And then this is more of a solid piece. But the magic trick up its sleeve is that it slides open. But what I love about this one is that this does not extend past the actual case. So that's something that I always didn't like about the iPhone versions, because with the camera bump design that they do, they had to stick it out just a tiny bit. And with this one, obviously you don't. So I really love that clean look. So that way it almost kind of looks cool just like that if you didn't want to cover it up. But of course, if you do, then you just kind of click it into place. It clicks in very nicely. So as you can hear there, so it's not moving anywhere. It's not going anywhere. But once again, you can kind of see those single cutouts for the flash and the actual camera lenses. And as you can see there, it is nicely recessed in there. So we're not having any issues at all when it comes to actual camera protection. So next, let's go ahead and take a peek at the sides. So we'll flip it over here. And like I said, the side is just a tiny bit different material. It's not a knock on it. It does feel fine still, but I would have loved to have had this all over the border, because it would have just added that much extra grip and would have been fantastic. Now the power button and the volume up and down buttons have that look there where there's a little pop of glossy black in the middle and then around them as well. You can kind of see that matte black kind of bleeding over as well to the sides, just a tiny bit there. And then if we go to the top here, you're going to be able to see that as well, kind of at play here. And then you can see here we do have those two little cutouts there for the microphones. And then if we move to this side here, it's just that same thing. So it's just that matte finish material right there with that bleeding of the matte black polycarbonate portion right there. And then if you look here at the bottom, you can see we do have a nice cutout here for the USB-C charging port and our microphone, and also our speaker grill. And it's just that same type of material, but it is a rounded corner, which I really like as well. And then if we look at it from the top down view, you can kind of see that's the way it looks. So it's a little thicker. So it's not like a super slim case, but that doesn't mean that it's like a thick, super crazy case either. And then you can see that it is tempered glass friendly because I do have a tempered glass on. And that's the kind of look there for the top there for the speaker up at the top. And then if I turn the phone on, you can kind of see that's the way it looks there as well. So now let's go ahead and do the wobble test. So I'm going to go ahead and put it face down and no shaking going on at all. And if I go back down, no shaking at the top, but shaking at the bottom. But I also want to test it with this closed and see how this does. That's where it kind of does the shaking almost everywhere. Well, actually not as much on the bottom, but definitely at the top a little bit. So kind of flip-flops it whenever you do that, you know, closing of it. It's going to just obviously flip it around and be a little shaky, but nothing too crazy. But now let's go ahead and do the clicky button test here. So let's start with that power button first. Oh yeah, super clicky. Volume up and down. Oh yeah. So big thumbs up, guys. Very clicky button. So absolutely love that. So now let's go ahead and test the wireless charging capabilities of this case on. So I do have a wireless charger here. And as you can see, there we go. So one thing to point out, granted, depending on what type of wireless charger you have, I had to go over this part here because that's kind of where that coil is. So as you can see, once I figure out where it is, we're good to go. So if you have a bigger wireless charging pad or something that's, you know, maybe even the size of the phone, just set it on and it's going to be just fine. But if you're using like a MagSafe charger like I did in this video, you're definitely going to almost split the MagSafe charger in half, because now that I have it on right there, now it's vibrating. So it's about a third of it would be actually covering the top up here. So not a bad thing, just something to point out if you don't have a bigger Qi wireless charger. But there we have it, guys. There is the Optik Armor. And I gotta say, normally I'm not a huge fan of the Optik Armor case, but I do like this one because, like I said, it is a lot cleaner. It's a very clean finish. And it looks just kind of cool like this if you just had it open, in my opinion. I think it actually looks pretty cool. So you let me know down in the comments what you think, but it's a very nice case to get in and out of your pocket. Has a fantastic grip on the back, no fingerprint issues, no smudging issues. The only smudging issues you might deal with are on the sides, depending on how oily your hands are. If like you touched your face and you had oil on your face, and then, you know, but ultimately it feels good. Not bad at all. Because I usually kind of hold my phones like this, but holding it right there, it's just a very nice grip to it. So no complaints at all. So hit that like button if you liked the video. If you loved it, please subscribe. Ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless, and see you on the next one.